Hello, and welcome. I am so excited for tonight. I'll be sharing with you how to heal from loss, how to heal from grief, how to heal from heartbreak, especially if you're feeling stuck. And once again, I'm super excited to share this with you tonight. So, thank you so much for joining me. If you're here with me live, welcome. If you're catching the replay, don't forget to say hello. And once again, in today's short video, I'm going to be sharing about how to heal from loss, especially when you're feeling stuck and consumed by emotional turmoil. So, for those of you that are new to me, welcome. My name is Christina Abad. I'm a love and relationship coach. I help driven and ambitious women heal from their past heartbreaks so that they can open up their hearts and attract a loving, supportive partner that's ready for a healthy and lasting relationship. And tonight, once again, I'm going to be talking about loss. And for many of us, this is inevitable. For all of us, really. At some point, we will lose something, right? Whether that's a friend, whether that's a relationship, whether that's a job, right? There's so many things you can lose, things that are meaningful to you, right? You can lose a journal, a notebook, right? And really, what triggers the emotion and the feelings behind that loss is how much you valued, right? That relationship, how much you valued that journal, how much you valued that job, that position, the money that it brought in, the person that was in your life, right? And when we talk about loss in relationships, whether it was because of death, whether it was a divorce, whether you chose, right, to end the relationship, I want to share with you that there are some common things that come up when you are experiencing loss. For many, the guilt that comes with losing someone or something or a relationship, right? You might feel shame that you couldn't make it work. You might blame yourself for not being able to make it work or make it, whatever it was that you wanted that relationship or that partnership to be. But here's the truth, right? When experiencing a loss, there's gonna be different stages that you go through. And this was actually coined by Elizabeth. Oh, I don't want to get her name wrong. She's really well known for her work on grief. I'll put it in the show notes so that if any of you want to look into it. But she talks about the Elizabeth Kibble. She talks about the 5 stages of grief. And I wanted to share these with you because when you're feeling the emotional turmoil of losing someone, I want you to recognize which stage of grief you are. Because if you are stuck and you are feeling all of these emotions, being able to recognize what stage you are in grieving this loss of this relationship, whatever you lost, being able to recognize what stage you are in of grief is going to allow you to move through it. So, for starters, the 5 stages of grief are denial, anger, depression, bargaining, and acceptance. Now, when dealing with loss, especially in a relationship, you might be in denial, not being able to leave, but not being able to believe that this is over, right? You might be angry and upset, whether it's at yourself or at your partner, because you couldn't work things out, right? Then it sets in. Then you start feeling the sadness, the loneliness, the depression sets in, and you're feeling the feels of them no longer being present, right? You're no longer getting the texts, you're no longer communicating. And then you might start bargaining, right? Bargaining with yourself, whether you could have made things differently. Bargaining, many times this happens with God, right? Especially if someone is terminally ill, or you start bargaining on how can we make this better? right? And lastly, acceptance, where you actually accept the fact that this person is no longer a part of your life, right? Hey, Liz, welcome, welcome. And the whole idea of these 5 stages is that it's not linear, right? You don't go from one stage to the next. There might be times where you completely miss some of these stages, or times that you get stuck in one of these stages. And once again, being able to recognize what stage of grief you're in is going to help you move past it. And when I work with my clients, when I work with my clients, the best way to move past the feelings of loss and feeling stuck is really 2 things. The first is gratitude, and the second is forgiveness. And while you might be puzzled on how is this going to help me move past feeling this grief, feeling guilty for this relationship coming to an end, feeling depressed that there's nothing that I can do about it, well, I want you to toggle between these 2 things, forgiveness and gratitude. And just go back and forth with it, right? What are you grateful for, right? You might be grateful for the lessons this relationship taught you. You might be grateful that you have now made the decision to do better for yourself, right? You might be grateful for the lessons that this relationship has taught you, for the moments of joy that you might have had once upon a time. And you want to forgive, right? You might want to forgive yourself for allowing for the relationship to continue as long as it did. You might want to forgive them because, maybe they didn't know any better. Maybe they are where they are. But in essence, toggling between forgiveness and appreciation is really going to allow you to shift how you're feeling. It's going to allow you to shift your perspective and how you see this loss, right? Maybe after going through a couple of appreciative moments, right? Of recollecting of how far you've come, you can appreciate that you're no longer there. You'll move past feeling anger or depressed and move towards acceptance. And the idea is that the truth is, when we lose someone or something that's really important to us, especially people we love and relationships, sometimes that grief will never really go away, right? Sometimes the space that they leave, right, it will always be there, right? Think about the loss of a parent, right? That will never go away. But there's a difference between being stuck in blaming yourself and depression and anger, and being able to move past that and accept it and not staying stuck there. That doesn't mean that there might not be days where you wake up upset that they're no longer in your life, or sad because it's no longer a thing, right? But once again, the amount of time that you spend in the sadness, the frustration will be a lot less, especially because you'll be thinking about the things that you appreciated about it, and forgiving yourself, right? For whatever it is that you need to forgive yourself for, or forgiving them. So I hope this was helpful for all of you that might be dealing with healing with the loss of a loved one, whether it was a relationship, a divorce, but knowing how to navigate through this grief will definitely allow you to build healthier relationships, be able to express yourself, and really, once again, shift your perspective into seeing how you've made the right choices for you. So, once again, I'm so glad that I've been able to share this with you. I know many of you are dealing with loss and stuck in this and these emotions and this cycle of being upset and angry and resentful and sad and depressed, that once again you're alone. And once again, I want you to know that you're not alone, that you have an amazing group of women who are super supportive. If you are looking to join the group, it's absolutely free. Send me a DM. I'll send you the link to join our community. And once again, it's supportive women who are just like you, healing from the past, breaking through what's keeping them from actually enjoying healthy and lasting relationships. So, once again, I'm excited that I was able to share this with you. Let me know if it was helpful, what you found most helpful for you. And once again, remember to choose you, choose love, stay blessed, and I will see you soon. Have an amazing night. Bye.